There'll be a deal. There always is a deal at the end of the day. It's the civil servant's fate. The well-crafted compromise.
So it's the big dinner tonight?
Yes, it's the big dinner. Prime ministers, presidents, everyone. Of course, you can come if you like. And then tomorrow, all the vicious decisions are made. We make our announcements and acknowledge who our enemies really are and the extent to which we have failed. Everyone licks their wounds and heads for home.
Can you help me with this? I've been getting fatter.
You're not fat. It's a well-established scientific fact that zips shrink in Iceland.
Well, thank you. But I was definitely thinner a few months ago.
Can I just ask you about that, the thing you mentioned earlier?
It would be so much nicer if you didn't. Close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes. I do now know 4 things about Reykjavik. Bjork comes from here.
Spassky played Fisher here.
Zips shrink here. And it is possible in Reykjavik to have a night of something quite close to love.
Lawrence, just a word.
Yes, excuse me. What the hell is she doing here? You actually left the choice up to me.
I thought I left you with no choice.
I couldn't do it. It wasn't personally possible.
If she causes trouble, there will be hell to pay.
I know, but she won't.
Well, you created quite a stir this morning.
I'm very sorry.
No, it's fine. Gave me something exciting to tell the children when I called home.
How many kids have you got?
3. Sorry. 2. I had 3. Now I have 2. I'm sorry. That's a mistake I'll soon stop making. I'm so sorry.
No. That's fine.
It's the worst thing.
I know. It is the worst thing.
I'm so sorry. With everybody else, I'm prepared. It's just with strangers. It was a motorbike. Happens all the time. Happened to us. Why not? So, on good behavior tonight.
Of course. I'll try and behave as well as I can.
Ah. 3 hours next to the dullest man in Canada. And that's a pretty competitive category.
So far, so good.
Meaning what?
You've managed to go 20 minutes without annoying the Chancellor of the Exchequer of the United Kingdom.
Pray silence for the Prime Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was really going to make quite a long speech, but studying the menu, I see we have the most delicious souffle for dessert. And I fear if I talk so long that the souffle collapses, so will the talks.
He's a very funny man. The public don't realise he's very charming.
Let me start with the big thing. 5 years ago, the world made a series of the most magnificent promises. And we have determined to use this conference seriously to indent the most extreme curses of poverty in the world today. We shall not let them out of our sights, even if we may not yet have the power to fulfill them all.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true.
Ah, I'm sorry, madam, but heckling isn't really a tradition at these gatherings.
What are the traditions then? Well-crafted compromise and just sort of ignoring the poor?
Perhaps we can talk about this later?
I doubt it. I imagine I'll be thrown out later, so it's probably got to be now. I don't know how much the rest of you ladies know about what's going on, but my friend here tells me that while we're eating, 100 million children are nearly starving. There's just millions of kids who'd kill for the amount of food that fat old me left on the side of my plate. Children who are then so weak they'll die if a mosquito bites them. And so they do die. 1 every 3 seconds. There they go. And another one. Anyone who has kids knows that every mother and father in Africa must love their children as much as they do. And to watch your kids die, to watch them die, and then to die yourself in trying to protect them, that's not right. And tomorrow, 8 of the men sitting round this table actually have the ability to sort this out by making a few great decisions. And if they don't, someday, someone else will. And they'll look back on us lot and say, people were actually dying in their millions unnecessarily in front of you, on your TV screens. What were you thinking? You knew what to do to stop it happening, and you didn't do those things. Shame on you. So that's what you have to do tomorrow. Be great instead of being ashamed. It can't be impossible. It must be possible.
As I was saying before I was so cogently interrupted,
We have a tiny way to go on items 7 and 13, but it looks like we're going to make more progress on subsidies than we hoped. As for the now infamous Millennium Goals, obviously it's not been easy, but I believe there's a good deal in sight and we should go ruthlessly for that. Anyone got anything to say on anything before we head in?
It's not a good deal. It's a deal, it's not a good deal.
I think, in the circumstances, we're going to probably, unfortunately, have to listen to your opinion with circumspection, Lawrence.
I know.